York, doing this one from beautiful sunny Florida. Down here a couple days. Last night we went to a Miami Marlins Mets game last night. Today's May 19th, or sorry, May 18th, 2019. It's Saturday afternoon. Well, anyway, last night we went to the Met Marlin game. DeGrom was on the mound down in Miami. I've never been to the Marlins ballpark. I loved it. Nice ballpark. It's probably about 5 years old. Beautiful ballpark. Great people down there. There wasn't a lot of fans there. It was crazy because we went in there and we got there late. We got there like the second inning, and I think there was 2-1 Marlins. Marlins opened up the floodgates. Eventually, they would take a 7-1 lead. Mets made a little rally. Marlins beat them 8-6. They chased DeGrom, the Cy Young winner, off the mound last night. The Mets fans, man, the Mets up and down team, struggling. Robbie Cano, Met fans getting very antsy in New York. Marlins there's always going to be a thorn in the National League East team sides. But definitely had a good time at the ballpark. It's funny, when we went into the ballpark, so many women went to the ball game. I was like, oh my God, it was one. Because in New York, women go to the ball, but like there, it probably was more women at the ballpark than guys. It was a lot of people in their phones and stuff. Because a lot of, it wasn't a lot of clothes being worn. But yeah, I had a great time, man. I'll come back down here. I'm gonna check the Marlins out again. It's a great baseball atmosphere. Like, it wasn't as the way it was perceived going. The Marlins. But it was no attendance there, and I had great seats. There wasn't a lot of people there. Probably 10,000, 12,000. But I had a good time. And Twerk did too. So anyway, I think a lot of stuff to talk about when I came on to come here. And there's a lot of things going on in the sports world. We're gonna get to them stuff, but I'm gonna set it off with the New York Football Jets and the chaos that's going down in Florham Park. So far we know that they've hired the coach, Adam Gase, the former Dolphin coach, a 500 football coach. We talked about him on prior shows when he was hired. Remember? Big boogity eyes, the guy with the Judge Doom eyes, the Roger Rabbit eyes. So but at the end of the day, we could talk. I didn't like the hiring, but and then me, like a lot of other Jet fans, like, yo, it's cool. Let's give him a chance. And I had beef with McCagnon as well, but as also give him a chance. So that's what we did. We fell back. McCagnon was making moves. He got Bell. He got Mosley. He did. Wildlife. He got Bell, he got the linebacker, he made other moves, the pick, he building around, Jet fans were content. And we were quiet, and what else? We were in the background because the nonsense going on in the Giants with Gettleman and Beckham and Mann and all of the stuff the Giants and their fan base has been going through. So, we finally were able to duck down, instead of taking all the beating and verbal lambasting that we deserve. The circus, the jokes. So, and things start looking up. You got the good quarterback, everything's looking okay. You got some defensive players, some young guys, cap room, you made moves, good. So we're chilling. And then boom. The news the other day when McCagnon gets fired. And it's not like we were crying tears for McCagnon, but it's just the way everything went down, the dysfunction. It's like, how does, we don't get paid, as fans and whoever else, and opinionators and whatever have you. We have to say, but and these guys do get paid, and they're supposed to be experts. So at the end of the day, we shut the hell up and we're gonna watch. That's what happens. And fine. So when you watch these so-called experts just do things that make no sense in any kind of organization, whether it's a business, whether it's a bakery or a laundromat or a football team, like the moves they're making don't make sense. The guy, McCagnon, hires Gase. Gase gets McCagnon fired. So you already got, this guy stabbing people in the back like Littlefinger. That's already what it is with him. This guy was in Miami. He didn't get along with his players. He didn't get along with the owner. He yelled at the owner. He thinks he's some kind of football guru, and he's only 500. He's supposed to be this quarterback whisperer, whatever. But now he's becoming a dictator. And after they fire McCagnon, they give him the general manager job. So he gets this guy ousted with his little coup, and he takes the guy's job. So now he has ultimate power. A guy who's accomplished nothing. And now we're hearing rumors that he wants to go recruit his friend, the guy in Philly, Douglas. Over here in the rumors about Peyton Manning and his connections with Adam Gase. Adam Gase was supposedly has Chris Johnson's ear. Chris Johnson, the owner of the Jets, and Peyton Manning got Gase the job. And Peyton Manning has these connections with Gase. They're good friends. And now Gase is gonna. He's the interim GM, meaning he's just for now holding the job until he goes back to being the head coach and the offensive coordinator, which he is. So he's got 3 titles. That should belong to 3 men. 3 jobs that should belong to 3 different men. But it's one guy holding it. So he's going to take his interim position and use it to hire his boy, either Douglas or Peyton Manning, and they're going to take over as general manager. So basically, he doesn't really have to answer to anyone because these are his friends. So he's setting up his whole conglomerate. You know, his wife's brother worked for him, his whole bunch of nepotism and fuckery. And Chris Johnson is just letting it happen. He believes in this guy Gase. I'm not going to say nothing, man. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to sit here and we're going to watch it go down. And when this shit folds up in the fall, the Jet Nation is going to go nuts. The Jets McCagnon all year. Jet fans wanted Le'Veon Bell. They got Le'Veon Bell. They got him for a decent price. Now Gase is undermining the running back, making the running back feel unwelcome, making the free agent feel unwelcome, talking about he could have got him for less. You know, he tells the owner that I can get this guy, I could have got this guy for less. That's how he got the guy fired. That's what, you know, as per the reports. I'm like, to me, as soon as you say that, it really means you didn't want the guy. And then now, Saturday morning, here we are. I'm listening to Fan, I'm listening to Roberts, I see things on Twitter. There's these Le'Veon Bell trade rumors. He's never ran the football one down here. What the hell we get him for? It just shows like, it's like you don't know what you want. Do you know what you want to eat? Like, bitch, do you know McDonald's? Where do you want to go? Where are we going? You want some fast food? You want some, what do you want? You want to cook? You want to go to the supermarket? Like, make up your mind. We going here or there. Like, what are you doing? Where are we going? What are we doing? Jets. Anyway, man. But you know what? As I always say, man, give us something to talk about. Because dysfunction breeds conversation. And that's why we here, baby. The standard. Yo, it doesn't get any more dysfunction than the New York Jets. People hit me up like, yo, Dub, your team, or any of my dysfunctional teams. And you know, me, it's nothing to me. No one like the Knicks in the lottery. People hit me up the lottery. Oh, yeah, guys, I never thought the Knicks were going to get the #1 pick in the draft. You know, I talk about Zion, and I still will talk about Zion because I think Zion is the truth. That's what I believe. You know, I like Morant too. All these kids, we're going to see what happens. But I think Zion's the truth. And I wasn't talking about him because, of course I wanted the Knicks to draft. But talking about him, I'm going to talk about him regardless. You know, he's a tremendous talent, and hopefully he does well. So we'll have good reason to talk about him instead of saying bad things about he's not as good as, or a bust or whatever. You know, I don't think that's going to happen. But, you know, people hitting me up like, yeah, W, you know, Knicks 3rd pick. It's the highest pick we've had since I've been watching them. That's how I see it. But it bugged me out watching the lottery. I didn't know who else watched it live. I know a lot of you guys did, obviously. The system they had, you know, back in the day, they were going that back in the day shit, right? But back in the day, with the lottery, they didn't have no show. And this is not even decades ago they didn't, but more recently, maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago, I don't think they had a show. They would throw it on in the halftime of a playoff game. They would go to the lottery, they would shoot them, they would go through them real quick. Bing, 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 bing. No commercial break, none of that. Now it's a whole spectacle, as everything else. You know, and that's the way things is. But, you know, we tune in, so it's going to continue to be a spectacle. But watching it, the way they did all the picks, and then they went to commercial, and then they got to that top 4. And before the teams got to the top 4, they would go to 9. Then I saw the Lakers they just threw them in there. And the way they were presenting it, it was just like ill to me. Like, it was like, wow, like, this is confusing a little bit, new, whatever. It wasn't, I didn't dislike it or like it. I just like, wow, what's going on? But I started understanding it as it flowed on. And then, you know, when the Knicks got into that top 4, now we're gassed up. They come back to commercial, boom, they get the Lakeshore pick. Lakers got the 4th pick. And then the hopes of the #1 pick were deflated with the pin right in the fucking whoopee cushion. Gone. And pick number 3, you got options. You know, you can use the pick. You know, maybe you use the pick. Maybe you take R.J. Barrett, right? And that's where he would be projected to go 3 because you're assuming Morant will go at 2, and of course the big dog will go 1. So R.J. Barrett, Maybe RJ Barrett is that kind of guy, but like, yo, you know what? Fuck this, man. You know, Zion, my man, but I'm tired of this Zion shit. Zion, Zion, Zion. I was the #1 player in the country coming into the season. I rock out with him, you know, and now everybody acting like I don't exist. You know, the Knicks can pick me and they don't even care. I'm gonna go to New York and I'm gonna show the world who I am. Maybe he's on some shit like that, and he just, you know, and that's what I'm hoping. And, you know, that's what I'm hoping. I would draft him. I would draft him, and I don't love him. And I said it on other videos, I don't love him. But maybe that kid's got a chip on his shoulder, like, yo, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You don't believe me, you don't believe in me? Fuck you too. You cool, and you know, let's ride. And he just, you know, some guys, you know, the 3rd pick in the draft has got a lot of great players came out that pick. So, you know, optimism. As far as the New York Knicks go, you know, the New Orleans Pelicans now. How could we forget? And we wouldn't. It's the way fortunes flip in sports is the way it happens in life. And that's why I always say sports is a way of life. And that's one of the many reasons sports is a way of life. Shit was catastrophic down in the bayou, okay, for the NOLA people. You know, we just lost. NOLA's had the city of sports cities had a tough fucking year. From the instant replay fiasco with that great Saints team who would end up not going where they felt like they should go over a referee call in that defensive pass interference call against the Rams. From that all the way to the Anthony Davis fiasco, you know, Boogie Cousins getting hurt last year, you know, they just had some bad luck. And Davis don't want to be there, and he still doesn't want to be there after they won the lottery is what we're hearing. But it doesn't matter. They have Anthony Davis, and if you want him, you're gonna have to pay for him. And that's what you're gonna have to do. Whether it's the New York Knicks, whether it's the Los Angeles Lakers, or any other team that these people talking about, you're gonna have to give up a boatload. Because this guy is one of the creme de la creme, no matter what your opinion of him is or mine. And since we're talking about it, my opinion of him is, I think he's a superstar player, obviously, and I'd be a fool to say he isn't. But he's very brittle, and he's another prime superstar. He's gonna get that first huge contract, you know. And you know, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't want him, but you know, I don't know. What are you gonna give for him? You know, everything. And you got all this cap room where you can get free agents anyway. I don't know. You know, I'm willing to really see what happens, and I'm probably gonna critique what I don't like regardless. But I have my own plan. But who cares about it? No, but really, I would either. It depends on if you can sign any of these big free agents, and both of the free agents start with the letter K. And I'm not talking about Chris Middleton or Kyrie. I'm talking about either Kawhi Leonard or KD or even a Kemba Walker. Free agency. This is the K free agency. Oh, so many of them, right? A bunch of guys start letter K. Klay Thompson. So, but you know, there's different options. You keep the pick. It depends if they want to keep the pick or trade the pick. So, before it was, where are we gonna pick in the draft? So we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know. But now you know. As far as the Pelicans go, the owner said, Ms. Benson said she wouldn't trade Anthony Davis to the Lakers over her dead body. Only over her dead body could you do it. So, you know, she said she didn't say that, but usually we're finding out that these reports a lot of times be true, and then the people lie to us. The people the reports on, because like Adam Gaze, he was asked about a strife in the locker room, and then there was problems in and not even the locker room, in the front office with him and the GM, and Adam Gaze vehemently denied it. He said, oh, you know, you guys are always starting trouble. He's very upset. You see the vein in his neck popping out. He was upset, and he denied it. Oh, we don't have no problem. Next day, guy gets fired. Motherfucker, you lying motherfucker. So, you know, Ms. Benson says she didn't say that over her dead body. I don't think she wants to fuck with the Lakers, because the Lakers, if she wanted to fuck with the Lakers, that's who you make the Anthony Davis trade with, because they have the most assets to make the trade with, and now that they have that high pick, you got all them young players, you can pick their bones, ask for another pick later, you know, or maybe you can still go to the Celtics, but probably the Celtics, Lakers, and Knicks will be the Anthony Davis sweepstakes. If you guys see another team a dark horse team, put it in the comments, please. Like, share, dislike it if you don't like the video, whatever. Give this reaction. Let's see what you see. You know, figure out how we could make this better. Now, we could talk about a little bit about the NBA playoffs, and I told you guys what today is. So that means the series, the two series, the Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals, are both 2-0, and they both are being led by the #1 seeds in respective conferences, the Bucks and the Golden State Warriors. And I saw game 2 of the Warrior-Portland game when Portland had that 8-point lead after Leonard hit that 3 at the top of the key. They got game 3 tonight in Portland in the Great Northwest. But that game 2, man, I was watching that game with my little brother and shit, and then he was talking about it, and I made the mistake of talking like, you know, if they could go back 1-1, they could make this a little series, you know, push the Warriors to the edge a little bit. And he said, yeah, you know, they got to win this game first. And he was right, because that 8-point lead evaporated. You know, the 17-point halftime or 15-point halftime lead evaporated. You know, Lillard and McCollum couldn't find him in the fourth quarter. Only Leonard and Curry and Seth Curry, they did their thing, but, you know, Seth made that costly turnover late. McCollum and then Lillard, you know, you complain about fouls all you want, but, bro, you weren't here. You weren't in the building at the end of the game. It's a tough loss. Now you go back home, 2 must-wins. And even if you win the 2 games, you're still fucked. So, you know, at the end of the day, I think the Blazers are going to get one of these 2 games at home, and they're going to get closed out in Game 5. And I think the same thing's going to happen to Toronto. Solid Toronto team. You know, but Milwaukee, man, they're really asserting themselves. People who are asking questions about them, like myself, you know, they're starting to answer those questions and showing what kind of team they are. And when I say team, I mean that in all definitions of the word team. They are put together, the bench, the starters, you know, whether it's Brook Lopez or it's Brogdon, and of course Giannis, and of course the killer, assassin, murderer, Chris Middleton. You know, they are so stacked. Gordon, you know, it goes on and on. They are, you know, a lot of people, there's people who told me that, they say, yo, the Bucks give them, the Warriors a run. They're the only team that can play with them. I never said, no, you're crazy. But, you know, the whole thing was to get there, and they are well on their way. They're 2 games away from going to see, or rather, the Warriors are going to come see them. NBA Finals, Bucks have the best record in NBA. Bucks will have home court. Bucks will have game 1, 2, 5, and 7 in Milwaukee, in Wisconsin. Fear the Deer versus the champs, man. That's what we headed to, man. So Portland's going to come back and win this thing, man? I mean, I love Toronto. I love Kawhi, man. But even Lowry, bum ass, you know. Even Fat Boy Lowry gave him 30, and they still take a L, you know. They get smoked. Siakam's vanished after a successful run against Philly and Orlando. Siakam's gone now, so, you know, they're going to be gone too soon. They're going to be gone soon, too. The 6 guards, they're going to be out of here. You know, they had a good season, man, but the Bucks look serious. Giannis going to drive and kick. You got these other guys. George Hill, Swiss cheesing the defense. Oh, man, you know, guys like George Hill, when they're the 7th man on your team, that is fucking dangerous. George Hill's your 8th man? You know how dangerous that is? This guy hits every medium range shot on earth. I know he's not a great player, but he does things well. And one of them is not turn the ball over, another one is hit medium range jump shots. And then he's your 7th, 8th best player? Man, that Warriors Bucks is in collision course. Then you have the KD factor. We don't know what's going to happen. It's like it's like you see KD in the castle walls with his cloak on, watching his team win, and no one knows what's wrong with the great KD and what's going to happen. But, you know, that is such like the story, what KD is going to do. I mean, we go through this all the time in free agent periods with many players over the years, you know? Many players, from LeBron to the first time KD was a free agent, to other guys. But this KD storyline with the Warriors not needing him, they win without him, but he's a great player. The way Steph has just taken back control, and the way they've just resorted to their old style of play, whether as opposed to the KD way of playing, their style with KD, and both styles win championships. This is a dynasty team we're witnessing, you know. And you know, whether you want them to win or lose or indifferent, it's not gonna last forever. So, you know, like they say in Cleveland, we're witnessing, you know, really the Warriors, man, incredible basketball team, you know. And you know, we don't know how long this rock star team is gonna be together. We got Clay and KD are free agents, so we're gonna see what go down, man. Standard time. Let me see if there's anything else I didn't cover. We talked about the Jets debacle, the Pels, man. Like I said about the Pels one more time, man. I think the fortunes are gonna change here. They're gonna make the good deal. They're gonna make it happen, man. And maybe they can make the trade with the Knicks and they get RJ and Zion. Maybe they don't do that. Maybe they make the deal with the Lakers. Maybe they may go talk to the Celtics and then ravage their young players, Tatum and whoever have you. I don't know, but they have the right to ask for what they want because this is a franchise guy. I still don't want Kyrie, but he's one of the most selfish players I've ever seen, especially in the NBA. Maybe in other sports I can find other selfish guys, but in the nearest past, like the last 10, 15 years, I've never seen a guy more selfish than Kyrie Irving. This guy is oh man, what a selfish son of a gun. Like this guy, man, the things he says, the way he moves, I don't even think he realizes it. I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but I know I will. But maybe you're hanging out with Kobe too long, bro. But you're not Kobe, bro. You're not Kobe, bro. You can't be like that. So you alienating whoever you play with. They said that when Kyrie came to Boston, he made the young boys play him one-on-one. He made Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They all had to play him one-on-one. I'm like, why? Why would you play them? So you could destroy them? You could destroy the rookies in a one-on-one? What does that prove? They're your teammates, you jackass. And that, in a nutshell, describes this guy's mental, this guy's me attitude. Kylie, whatever you want to call him, bro. But it's crazy. As much as I can sit here and trash him, it's funny and crazy and the way it is, and it's real. If Kevin Durant says, yeah, comes to the Knicks and during the summer and says, yeah, I'll come sign here, but Kyrie coming with me. You know what I'm going to say? Hey, Kyrie, come on, KD, come on, let's go. Let's be real, bro. So, at the end of the day, and it is what it is. These players run this league. You're not going to say, nah, KD, just you. And he's going to be like, bye. And then you're going to, oh my God, don't leave, please come back. And he's gone. These players run this league and they know it. They know they run the league. And it's an amazing time. I watch it. And, we all critique it. Some people hate it. Some people don't care. Some people love it. But, like I said, motherfuckers gonna watch. Motherfuckers gonna watch. NFL ain't not watching the NFL anymore. NFL is still chilling. Motherfuckers gonna watch, man. But these NBA players, man, they have so much power, man. Chris Paul's making $42 million. You got the Kyle Lowry's made the $34 million contracts. You got people saying Zion, Shea, just don't go there. And I'm like, no, it don't work like that. You're gonna have to go to New Orleans, but who knows anymore? These guys do what they want. But I don't think he's that type of guy, yo. He's a good kid though. I like that kid, man. I like that kid, yo. He's real, well, kind of, but he's that big, physical. But then he's got this, well, I don't know, kind of attitude. He's just happy-go-lucky. Man, how could you not like that kid? All right. But anyway, man, he told Shorty, she was like, you're 19, Zion. And he's like, well, it's crazy because I'm actually 18. I'm not 19 yet. And he giggles and shit. I'm like, this is a kid, yo. But it's funny to me because when it comes to these rookies, people think that the rookie, these superstar players don't give a shit about these rookies. I don't give a shit. Like, Anthony Davis don't give a damn about no Zion. These are little kids to them. It's like you was popping in 8th grade, like you were the man in junior high and you were so popular and everything, and everyone in your junior high knows you the man, and a bunch of you guys go to high school. Them seniors don't give a shit if you was lit in junior high last year. They gonna see what you about here. It's the same concept. They don't care about Zion or RJ Barrett. These players don't give a shit about them. Oh, I'm gonna go there because Zion. They're like, yo, fuck them. They don't care about them 18-year-olds. These are grown men now. The pros, man, this shit is real. And this shit is a fucking standard. Yo, man, so have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. We got a couple games tonight. Tonight is the Warrior Portland game 3. So by the time this drop, that game probably have been over. Because I don't think this video's gonna drop tonight. So we're gonna see. But maybe this is the one the Blazers get, right? Remains to be seen. Anyway, it's your boy W. Thanks for tuning in from the Lou, St. Lucie County today. Standard.